Good morning. Day 11, which is definitely still throwing me off because we're a day behind, but it's all good. Sorry I'm a tiny bit late this morning. My Wi-Fi decided to not work and technology was definitely against me, but it's fine, we're here. How is everyone doing? I hope you are all good. I'm going to get straight into it today. We've got quite a bumper packed day 11 practice, so we'll just get straight in. So we're going to begin seated today, so finding that comfortable seat that works for you. As always, that can be the knees. You can begin lying down if you prefer. You can cross your legs like we used to do at school, or if you prefer, like me, you can stack one foot in front of the other. Just begin, if it feels comfortable for you to do so, to just close down the eyes and just find somewhere for your hands to rest for the next couple of minutes. And just observe, just begin to notice. Notice any sounds that you can hear around you. Check in with yourself. Notice how you feel this morning or this evening, depending on where you're practicing in the world. Wherever you are, however you feel, just check in and begin to notice. Maybe bringing your attention towards your breath. Not changing anything with it at all, but just noticing your breath. Do you breathe through your nose or your mouth? And maybe if it feels okay this morning, just begin to deepen the breath a little. So let's start by lengthening the inhales and lengthening the exhales. Just finding a deeper breath that works for you. And then keeping a hold of that breath, if the eyes are closed, just begin to blink the eyes open. And this morning we're going to do cat-cows like we normally do, but we would usually do them in a tabletop position, so that all fours position. This morning we're going to do them seated. So it's exactly the same motion. To begin with, maybe just bringing the hands onto the knees wherever you are. You might need to just adjust your seat slightly, but play with it, see what works, see what happens. But we're going to do the exact same thing. So keeping a hold of that breath, it's going to see us all the way through this practice this morning. As you inhale, we're just going to drop the belly forward, gaze up towards the ceiling, arch through your back. And then as you exhale, send the motion in the opposite direction. So sending the chin to the chest and curving through the spine. As you inhale, sending the belly forward, chin up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, pressing in the opposite direction. So curving through the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. And just begin to take this movement in line with your own breath. It's likely that your practice won't look exactly like mine, and that is completely okay. And then just for the next stage of things, we're just going to bring the arms into it. So as you're kind of curving through the spine with the chin towards the chest and the arms out long. And then as you inhale, send the belly forward, the gaze up, send the arms out wide. Exhale, reverse that motion. Inhale. And hopefully you can see how this motion helps you really connect to your breath, and especially connect that movement into your breath, keeping your focus, giving you that connection. After your last exhale, just bring the hands back onto the knees. Come back into that more neutral position. And then we're just going to come into all fours. So we want the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. You can be on the tops of your feet here, or if you prefer, you can tuck the toes. Just find something that feels the most comfortable for you. And then this morning, feel free to take cat-cow if you like to take that here. But I thought this morning, let's work into the wrists a little bit. So just coming forwards over the wrists first and coming backwards. Just coming forwards, feel into it, feel to where feels comfortable for you, and backwards. Let's go left and right, left and right, and then let's draw some circles. So let's go clockwise first, so coming all the way around. We'll do 2 rounds on each side, so coming around from the second one on clockwise, and then let's reverse it, so anti-clockwise, just feeling into the wrists. And if you feel any pain at any time or something doesn't feel quite right, just come straight out of the pose. And then let's meet back here in that neutral position. We're going to come back up onto the knees, and we're just going to find a low lunge position this morning. So send the right foot out in front of you and find that low lunge. I think we've been through this a couple of times, but just a couple of pointers. If you'd like a bit extra balance, you can walk that front foot out slightly, so you've got a wider stance. And if you'd like a bit more of a stretch through the hips, you can walk that front foot further in front of you, and then you can really work into that hip here. So just find something that feels really good for you this morning. And this is really where it comes into its own about, my practice will look completely different to yours, but just kind of learning to own it and trust in yourself and what you need. As you inhale, send the arms up overhead. Really reach through the side body. Really think as tall as you can. Reach through the tips of the fingers. And then bring the hands together at heart center. And we're just going to twist around to the right. Don't feel like you need to crank yourself around, just feeling where your body kind of naturally goes to. And really pressing into that back foot and that front foot so that we can avoid that right knee dropping over towards the left. Coming back through center as you inhale. We're going to come to the top of the mat, so tuck those back toes if they're not already. Maybe hands come onto hips just for a little bit extra balance. If you walked that front foot out, just bring it in, and then we're just going to press through the feet, come to stand at the top of the mat. Really nice, everyone. As you inhale, send the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to bend really nice and generously through the knees, finding forward fold. Come up to halfway lift, balancing that book or something on your back. Nice and flat back, tuck the elbows into the body. Hands can be on the thighs, knees, shins, just finding somewhere for them to relax. And then as you exhale, sending the hands down towards the mat. Let's take the left knee back first, followed by the right, coming back into that tabletop position. And then we're going to come back up onto the knees, and we'll take it to the other side. So this time, left foot comes out in front, finding that low lunge position, working into, do you want a wider stance? Do you want a longer stance? Just playing with it. And as you inhale, sending the arms up overhead. Really reaching towards the sky, towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bringing the palms together through heart center. Stopping in that chest space here. We're just going to twist around to the left this time. Not pulling ourselves around, just kind of naturally going where our body allows us to go. Feeling that nice twisting motion. And then let's come back through center. Let's place both hands down on the mat, frame that front foot. And this time, instead of coming forwards, we're going to send that left foot back behind us, coming back into all fours. Bend through the elbows. We're just going to send everything down as we lower into the belly. Really nice, everyone. And then to end today, we're going to press through the hands, push our hips towards our knees, towards our heels, towards our knees, towards our heels, towards our feet, walking the hands forwards. And we're just going to settle today in child's pose. So maybe the head comes down onto the mat, or if you have a cushion, you can bring your head onto a cushion instead. Finding some nice relaxation here. You can bring the cushion in front of you. You can rest this way instead. But just feeling into it, finding somewhere for yourself to just take a couple of moments. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Maybe closing down the eyes. Acknowledging, showing up for yourself, prioritizing you. Noticing how that little bit of movement this morning felt. And feeling free to spend as much time in that pose as you'd like. And also the option if you prefer to move into Shavasana pose, so lying down on the back, or maybe finding a seat for a little bit of quiet meditation, but just picking something that might give you like a couple of minutes worth of nice rest, nice calm. But yes, I will leave you there. Hope you've enjoyed that little wiggle this morning, and I will be back tomorrow.